Welcome back to Polliwogs Home Edition. This week we're going to be making nature prints. All you're going to need is a hammer, some light colored paper or cardboard, and some plants that will make some cool colors. Let's get started. The basic idea is to give your child a hammer and let them smash the plants onto the paper or cardboard, whatever you grabbed, to let them see what colors the plants can make. So let's quick talk about the hammer. I have a very small one here. You don't need to go small. You can use whatever size hammer that you have laying around your house, not a 10-pound hammer. I see you. Talk about the hammer with your child. It's going to be heavy. It's going to feel good to them to pick up something heavy. They like smashing and transforming things, and you're going to be letting them do that. A little tip to keep their fingers out from underneath the hammer is to tell them to use 2 hands and get really low to wherever they are and just do little taps. Another quick safety tip before we get started: not all plants are friendly. So be aware of the plants that you have in your area. Some really common safe plants are dandelion, creeping Charlie, and violet. Another good practice when you're picking plants: don't pick up the whole plant. Just take a little piece of it, leaving the roots in the ground. That'll keep the plant alive. And only take plants where you see that there is a lot of them around and you're not going to be taking the only or most of the plants that you see. I'm going to challenge you to see how many different colors that you can get to show up on your paper. Can you find yellow and purple? Maybe some red? Can you find different shades of green? To get us thinking about how wonderful all of these different colors of plants are, we're going to read one of my favorite books, The Flowers Are Calling. The flowers are calling a little black bear. No, not a bear, he doesn't care. They're calling a butterfly to dip from the air. The flowers are calling a wet green frog. No, not a frog, she likes her soggy bog. They're calling a bumblebee to look near their log. The flowers are calling a porcupine. No, not a porcupine, she wouldn't take the time. They're calling a hummingbird to sip at their vine. One of my favorite things about this book is that in between they talk about the different flowers that they mention in the book. So it's pretty cool. The flowers are calling a loud blue jay. No, not a jay, he wouldn't stay. They're calling a honeybee to fly their way. The flowers are calling a little moose. No, not a moose, what would be the use? They're calling a beetle to eat their pollen loose. The flowers are calling a rabbit to stop. No, not a rabbit, it's not their habit to call a rabbit, he might grab it. They're calling a bee fly to visit their spot. Here's more information about the plants. Flowers are calling a small brown snake. No, not a snake, for goodness sake. They're calling a pollen wasp with nectar to take. The flowers are calling a fat raccoon. No, not a raccoon, he doesn't care for white blossom or sweet perfume. They're calling a moth in the light of the moon. The flowers are calling a desert deer. No, not a deer, he can't even get near. They're calling a nectar bat to flap over here. Flap over here. The flowers are calling a busy wren. No, not a wren, he's already seen them. They're calling some children to look again. So let the flowers call you and find some to pick and smash. See, now wasn't that a smashing time? You knew you were gonna get it. You can't have me without puns. We'll see you next week on Polliwogs Home Edition.